Your boy Rockman, aka MaverickHunterXX's. You know what I'm saying? Just sitting here playing a little DC. This will be my first video I've ever made, so kind of bear with me. Hopefully, as I reach more popularity, I'll gain more viewers and followers. So anyway, I'm going to show you just a brief, gameplay with some of my multiple characters. Slowly, I'm going to scroll through and show you. This is my most recent hero I made. He's Atomic. It's my Celestial Healer and DPS. It's my villain, Atomic character. I could tank a DPS with her. Mainly all my villains are female except for 2 characters, and all my heroes are male characters except for 2 characters. I try to keep it balanced. It's my Electric Healer, Neo. He's actually one of my best characters I have, and he's electric. This is my first character I made, my Ice Tank. Well, it's my Quantum character. It's my second best character. Then we have my Gadgets DPS. I'm gonna eventually learn how to be a controller with him, but I'm gonna focus on his DPS aspect so far. Then we got my Fire Tank, which is the villain, Hellflame Beast Leo. Beast Leo. Most of my characters will have that name because it's definitely one of my signatures and my insignia, so you would know that it's a character that I created. This would be one of my other most recent villains I made. She's really electric, but I gave her Kryptonian powers, so this is like my answer to like Supergirl and stuff like that. Eventually I'm gonna, upgrade most of my characters and change their looks. It's my Celestial character. He's a hero. My Water character. Originally he was electric, but since I had another electric character, I changed his power to water. It's my Green Lantern. I try to make him as close to a Blue Lantern's power as possible because I wanted to make a new, really want hard light for them to make, the blue power spectrum, since blue is one of my favorite colors. Most of my characters are pretty high tier and high powerful. No, not compared to some of my friends that play this game. Then we got my most recent villain. I didn't really touch her because I'm waiting for, more loyalty points so I could give her crazy skill points that I've gained from my other characters that I paved the way with. But she's water. She's my water villain. I try to make whatever power I don't have on the hero side, I make it on the villain side, or vice versa. Or if the powers are really cool, like Quantum, I'll make a character for both sides. It's my Ice character for my villain. This is my Earth tank for my villain. This is my Earth character for my hero. This is my Red Lantern. She's a hero. This is my Quantum villain. It's funny because before I knew anything about Quantum, I actually named her a move that's the reversal or whatever her name is. Her name is Vortex Temporal, and they have a move that I didn't know until I actually played with Quantum to see what it is, and the move is called Temporal Vortex, which is the reversal of her name. Then we got my Yellow Lantern, which is a villain. It's funny because only heroes could be Green Lanterns, and villains gotta be Yellow Lantern, and Red Lanterns could be hero or villain. This is my Mental character. She's a hero. She's the her and Sapphire Crystal are the only. Blair Dane. Like I said, she's mental, but I named her after a character from Street Fighter EX plus Alpha. Okay, Blair is definitely, she's a really cool character and she could fight extremely good. Sapphire Delta used to be Yellow Lantern until Munitions came out, and I changed the powers because I didn't want to have, like I said, 2 characters the same. I think I'm going to choose today is I'll go on a Savage. Not my best, but no, I'm not even going to do that. I'm going to go on as actually somebody that I could actually do something and you can showcase and see how awesome some of these characters are. And I think I'm going to start with Green Beast Leo, my quantum character. Now, usually when I play the game, I usually try to end the game with my character inside my base already. But since I'm in the Watchtower, I'll give you guys a little brief tour. You know, real brief because I want to show you some actual gameplay. Right now I'm in the tech wing. You know, this is the wing that's for, like, you know, tech heroes. That's mentored by Batman. Then you got the Metal Wing, where heroes are mentored by Superman, and then you got the Magic Wing, where heroes are mentored by Wonder Woman. Now, depending on who's your mentor is going to determine the outcome of your missions and, you know, who sends you out and what you do, the feats you earn. You know, feats are a type of thing you earn that when you get every 100 points give you a skill point. And basically, skill points is how you level your character up after level 30. After level 30, you don't get no more levels, you know. They changed the format so that you could basically have access to all the powers. Before, you used to have a power tree that in order for you to get certain powers, you gotta, you know, buy from a certain side, and hopefully you have enough power points to, you know, get to the power you want. But now they made it like a universal pool. You could practically use it and create your own, you know, customized loadout. One thing I like about the game is the customization, that you can do almost anything you want. You know, you put your mind to it, from, you know, the creativity down to your look. You know, to have something unique in this online, you know, you're representing yourself. You got avatars, so you got to try to make the best possible with what you have. There are some extremely well characters, good characters that people, you know, took the time to make, and some of them are special, they're high tiered or ultra powerful that I'm definitely trying to get there so people can know. So far, these are my stats. Like I said, this is like my second or third strongest character overall, hero or villain, but Neo Storm, my electric character, is by far my strongest. Basically, your stats are broken down to, you know, your health, your power. Your power is how much energy you could use before you could use your powers, and every power has a cooldown. You know, basically anywhere ranging from like 3 seconds to about roughly 8 to 10 seconds, depending on how strong the power is. Then you got your defense. Basically, defense is for when you're doing open world events against the environment or the enemy per se. That's the PvE. PvP stands for play versus player, and that type of defense is called toughness. Toughness, the higher your toughness, that's like basically defense against other characters. So if you made a character and you fought against my character, your toughness would determine how much damage you take from my guy. Then you got might. Might determines the strength of your powers, your superpowers. When you use your skills or your superpowers, as you know, making your might as high as possible is going to determine how much damage you can inflict. Restoration is basically how much health you could regain if you get healed by something, mainly a healer or one of the health barrels, basically. So, like I said, restoration is basically a healer's tool. The higher the restoration is, the more health they can restore back to you, and the higher your restoration is, the more health you can receive from any source that would heal you. Then you got vitalization. Vitalization is really for controllers. Controllers need vitalization because when they give you back power, so you can use your powers, depending on how high that vitalization is going to determine how much energy the controller can restore back to you. The controller can do all sorts of neat things like crowd control, restore the group's power, basically, or put down shields, you know, to kind of protect or mitigate the damage that you receive. Precision is basically your weapon attacks. However high your precision is going to determine how hard you hit with your weapons. Dominance is for you the ability to break out of certain control issues. Like if somebody's powers has the ability to stun you, make you panic and run away in fear, you know, and overall just incapacitate you and make you do the opposite of what you came to do, which is fight. So basically, the higher your dominance is, the better you can break out faster and resist their control factors if your dominance is higher than your opponent. And basically, for controllers, the higher your dominance is, the more likely they're susceptible to your control factors, and it's going to be harder for them to break out because of your high dominance. Dominance also constitutes, basically for tanks as well, it determines the amount of time your shield stays or how you know, they can stay debuffed from control effects. And also dominance, also the higher your dominance is, the more likely you're able to attract aggravation from certain characters like the computer. Last but not least, we got your combat rating. Your combat rating is basically the effectiveness of your gear. You know, your combat rating is basically like another word for saying your level. Like I said, after level 30, that's when your combat rating really starts to matter. And depending on the gear you get and what level it is going to determine the effectiveness of you in combat overall. And the higher your combat rating is, you can get into higher level tier missions to get better rewards for your efforts. So basically, you know, they work in tiers. You got tier 1 through tier 8. Tier 8 is the highest tier that's out there so far. But anyway, roughly I got about 4 or 5 minutes, so I'm going to try to do a quick, you know, playthrough of certain things just to show you what Quantum has to offer. And I think I'm going to start off by the on duty tab. You can queue up for certain missions if you don't, you know, want to play in the real world like Gotham or Metropolis, or you can go to various other places like Central City, the Mascara, or, you know what I'm saying, there's various places that you would see in the DC Comics. Okay, I'm going to try to queue up for a quick mission real quick. Something that's, I want to Sparkle Ion. Hopefully somebody's doing this so that, you know, Sparkle Ion is basically a 2-player mission. 2 people could do it. That's why they call it a duo. Duos for 2 people, alerts are for 4 people, and raids are for 8 people. There's a different formula depending on the type of mission you do. It's going to determine whether, you know, it's necessary or not. Most raids, from what I've been doing and playing, come standard that you have 1 tank.
I'm glad you've come. I need your help with taking the Sparkle Ion to the central power battery. But there's an army of orange lanterns between here and there. We cannot allow the spark's light to fade.
Or be a solo controller. You know what I mean? That they can take on a mantle instead of having to do it.
If you're finished, Jordan, we should move on.
DPS,
or have you already forgotten how quickly the spark siphons your wings
everybody
power?
Doesn't always play a role correctly or efficiently to contribute towards the group's success rate. Alright, like I said, I'm playing with another person. This person acts stronger than me. Like I said, this is fairly easy, you know, especially with the
Even if I did, reminiscing is pointless. As I see it, nothing has changed.
Alright, my loadout. Like I said, I got certain moves that are pretty, you know, well known, but like I said, I want to show you what they can actually do in battle with a strong opponent like a boss or something. These regular guys, they'll either melt real quick from him or from myself. Basically, what you want to do is power to try to find out, you know, what can actually be
suddenly craving orange sugar.
You know, some of your powers stack on each other, and they call power interactions. Power interactions are when you base one power and use another power that might complement that power and further strengthen it, making it more devastating. Some of your powers, depending on, you know, what side you use, when it was the old way with the power tree. The interaction with each other has certain varying effects, like for instance, fire works on burning and combustion and ignition type stuff. Then you got quantum, which works on days and basically I forgot that word, but it's almost like electricity with, you know, when it polarizes people. Basically, it destabilizes them. So a destabilized enemy would take more damage from certain powers that I put out.
These guys. My range power's already low. I need to use that charging station.
I'll keep this door sealed.
Alright, the breakout ability is definitely important. You might want to, you know, put that to use. Breakout is what you do when somebody hits you with a move that stuns you or stops you from, you know, performing your normal
evil
gameplay.
shall escape my sight.
So
let those who worship evil's might beware my power. Green Lantern's light.
Another orange lackey. Prepare yourselves. They're coming through.
Let the cat's out of the bag. The citrine mist found cheetah.
We shall put that animal down.
That's not creepy at all.
Like I said, my first video, hopefully I make shorter ones that attract more fan base. The game is big on communication. If you have a headset, microphone, you know, you can better communicate with people. If they have a chat tab that you can, click on it, that whoever's in the same group or same league or any type of thing that, that you can do together simultaneously, they have access to it, and only they can hear you, unless they switch to a different channel. As I was saying, this machine, Spark Ion, basically to help Hal Jordan, restore the spark of Ion.
Wait, before we go in there, we need a plan.
Or will, if you follow, Hardlight or, the Lantern Corps.
If we're going to stand a chance in there, I can't let the spark hold me back. That's why I'm giving it to you, temporarily.
Are you sure that's wise, Jordan?
We don't have time for wise. Besides, I trust our friend. The spark will stay lit.
Just hurry up!
So if something happens, like there's a one-player one where we do the spark of parallax, which is
We're going to feel a surge of energy, but don't worry. They will beware your power.
Basically, all the entities are the ones that power that particular emotion. That's their quick synapses. Green is for will. Yellow is for fear.
Now we're talking.
Blue is for hope.
No more holding back.
We got red is for rage. Indigo, I believe, passion. Star sapphires are love. I don't know what colors are. I can really know orange lanterns. They're just concepts of dead people that whoever was the orange lantern had the orange light of avarice, or whatever you call it.
Transfer the spark, Jordan.
Basically,
all right,
only one person can wield it because they're not really particularly magnanimous about sharing, if you know what I mean. So only one person can wield that type of power. It's so dangerous that the Guardians allowed the bearer of the orange light to keep it as long as they stay in this part of the universe because its influence won't spread.
Romulus? He's been spying on us.
Mine!
In fact, I actually found out who Lami is. I learned a lot of stuff playing this game that Batman, Green Lantern, and one of mainstream people, but not knowing that there's so much, people behind him, so different than Marvel. Not that deep, but your other, accessories and trinkets, you can summon like little minions that come and assist you and fight in battle. Sometimes they do things like give you a nifty shield, restore your power, restore your health, or basically become another target where, the enemies target them and hopefully take the attention off of you. Now I might sound a little cowardly and, play it out, but at the end of the day, it's a tactic you gotta use, survival. I like this part where Green Lantern says to Sinestro,
"Thanks for this. Ion will be restored, and now we have the will to move forward." Sinestro says thanks too.
No, I didn't.
There you have it. My first video. I hope y'all really like it, and please hit that like button, subscribe, or do anything. Go follow me on Facebook. I got a Facebook page, and like I said, I enjoy playing all types of games, but this game I invested a lot because of the fact that you can do so much. Like I said, the customizing fact, making your own avatar to, exhibit, being a part of the online world and representing you. So that's my job, to make the best character I could possibly make, hero or villain. I want to be the best at my job. I play both sides because, there's a benefit for it. I'm not going to get into it. You got to kind of discover it yourself, but you learn a lot about playing both sides of the fence, or both sides of the field. Again, like I said, thank you for watching. I really hope y'all enjoyed this video. I'm going to do something more fun, hopefully, maybe with a group of people, so you can, really see chaos unfold, health drop from enemies, and how powers are really used effectively, especially in group settings. And yeah, your power interactions actually not just stack with your own powers, but with other people's powers too. So far, I found out one of the best collaborations or duos to put together. If you're a celestial character, definitely team up with sorcery or quantum, because those powers, when you use them in tandem together, it's like devastation at its finest. That's all I can say.